Genesis chapter 42. When Jacob learned that there was grain in Egypt, he said to his sons, "Why do you just keep looking at each other?" He continued. "I have heard that there is grain in Egypt. Go down there and buy some for us, so that we may live and not die." Now that's always been astonishing to me right there, because if Joseph was 37, then all his brothers were like 40 and 50 and maybe even up to 60 years old. And their father, Jacob, said, "Why are you standing around staring at each other, wondering what to do when we are starving?" That's always blew my mind. To have 50-year-old brothers standing around saying, "I wonder what we should do." I mean, it seems like common sense is not really that common, in humans. "Go down there and buy some for us so that we may not live and not die." Then 10 of Joseph's brothers went down to buy grain from Egypt. But Jacob did not send Benjamin, Joseph's brother, with the others because he was afraid that harm might come to him. So Israel's sons were among those who went to buy grain, for there was famine in the land of Canaan also. Is that what God's going to do to America to get our attention here? I really ask that question. Is that what God's going to do in America to get our attention? Just have a severe famine in a few years before the rapture? I hope not, but I believe God's going to do something. I believe it's either going to be just my personal opinion. I don't speak for God, no. But I believe God's going to give some kind of famine or some kind of natural disaster that's going to affect a very large part of the world for several years. And that's going to be because God is trying to wake people up to become saved through Jesus Christ, so you can be raptured, so you don't have to spend the 7 years during the tribulation. But I also know nobody will listen. Very few people will listen. Now Joseph was the governor of the land, the person who sold grain to all its people. So when Joseph's brothers arrived, they bowed down to him with their faces to the ground. Right there, Joseph's dream just came true. He told them he had a dream that they bowed down to him, and they sold him to be a slave because of it. And they just proved him correct. But they're looking at Joseph, and they don't know it's him because it's been so many years. As soon as Joseph, I saw a video on YouTube once. These two old ladies haven't seen each other for like 25 years. And when they brought them together, they sat the one next to the other one, and she did not even know it was her sister, because 25 years had gone by, and they were talking, and she did not even know it was like her sister from England or something. They had to say, "This is your sister," and then she's like, "Oh my gosh," she started crying. She couldn't believe she's talking to a person, didn't even know. That's what I'm saying. They did not recognize Joseph. As soon as Joseph saw his brothers, he recognized them, but he pretended to be a stranger and spoke harshly to them. Here comes the practical jokes. Joseph is saying, "Hey, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm going to kind of mistreat my brothers and put a little fear in them here and see what they're up to." I mean, he must have been totally shocked that his brothers just showed up and they don't even know who he is. Now, you don't get close to an official like that. I mean, the official might be sitting somewhere, 10 or 20 yards away from you, and there's guards around him, and he's speaking to you. He pretended to be a stranger and spoke harshly to them. "Where do you come from?" he asked. "From the land of Canaan," they replied, "to buy food." Although Joseph recognized his brothers, they did not recognize him. Then he remembered his dreams about them and said to them, "You are spies." He's messing with them big time. "You are spies. You have come to see where our land is unprotected." "No, my lord," they answered. "Your servants have come to buy food. We are all the sons of one man." "Your servants are honest men, not spies." Well, they weren't really honest men. "No," he said to them, "you have come to see where our land is unprotected." But they replied, "Your servants were 12 brothers, the sons of one man who lives in the land of Canaan. The youngest is now with our father, and one is no more." They were saying Joseph is no more. Joseph said to them, "It is just as I told you, you are spies. And this is how you will be tested. As surely as Pharaoh lives, you will not leave this place unless your youngest brother comes here." "Send one of your number to get your brother. The rest of you will be kept in prison, so that your words may be tested to see if you are telling the truth. If you are not, then as surely as Pharaoh lives, you are spies." And he put them all in custody for 3 days. On the 3rd day, Joseph said to them, "Do this and you will live, for I fear God. If you are honest men, let one of your brothers stay here in prison, while the rest of you go and take grain back to your starving households. But you must bring your youngest brother to me, so that your words may be verified and that you may not die." This they proceeded to do.